recently I have come across this part that people feel, people claim that acting in a cunning way, being a sloppy person, giving scornful and witty answers to people, that just makes you feel very bad. All of this is considered to be like your cleverness. The more intelligent, the more clever you are, the more you are going to be able to do all of this. Do you feel that this is real smartness? Do you feel that this is real intelligence? Hi, I am Preeti, and today we are going to discuss a little bit about what exactly you may consider as cleverness and what exactly is the definition of intelligence, definition of being smart. So make sure that you watch this entire video till the end to get the entire scoop. Okay? Stay tuned. So the first thing is all of this being sloppy, being giving very scornful remarks. All of it is not smartness, but it is the adaptation of your ego. Okay, because yes, we do know that the world is not just a very positive place. There are people who are negative. There are people who are scornful, and in order that for you to survive in this big bad world, your ego has adapted to the negative part of this world where you just be very negative, very sloppy. You just give very scornful and witty answers. Witty is like still a positive word according to me, but you still give very scornful remarks. If anybody tries to be negative towards you, if they criticize you or they place critical remarks on you. So this is the adaptation of ego to the negative situation in life, such that the ego feels that it's like worthy to survive in this world. Smartness, intelligence, cleverness, all of this cannot be measured by how much you can snatch from others, how much you can hoard, okay, or how much you can take away from something, how much you can take away something that does not belong to you. It's not the correct definition. For this, I'd like to tell you a small story about Lord Buddha and Angulimal Lutera. Okay, Lutera is a thief. Angulimal was his name. Okay, Anguli means fingers. So he used to be a thief who used to take away all the money. Plus, he used to, that's a little bit graphic and gross. He used to cut off the fingers of the people whom he used to steal from, and he used to wear a necklace of those fingers. Okay, Angulimal, yeah. So all the fingers he used to wear in his as a neck piece, and he considered that he was very powerful person. So once Lord Buddha, while he was crossing that path, he came across this Angulimal thief, and this Angulimal thief, he immediately stops Buddha, and he actually starts threatening him that he will take away whatever he has, just give whatever you have, etc. And yeah, so Lord Buddha said, but I don't have anything. Lord Buddha, he was in his monk kind of attire. He did not have anything with him. So he just said, I don't have anything to give to you. And that thief, he started boasting, he started bragging that he is a very powerful thief, and the amount of fingers that he had in his necklace, that is how many that is how much stealing he has done. That is from how many people he has stolen. That is where he wanted to show Buddha his power, how much powerful he was. And in that, Lord Buddha, he actually gave a very beautiful answer, and that was that, the real power does not lie that you cut off those fingers, Okay, you killed those people and you cut off their fingers. Real power lies in if you can actually bring those people back to life, all those whom you have killed. When Buddha gave this answer, that thief, he started thinking. Yeah, till now, nobody was there around him to challenge his beliefs. He thought that whatever he was thinking, that was the right thing. He thought that he was really powerful. But then Buddha told him that if he was killing people, that is not actually a power. If he is bringing those killed people back to life, that is where the real power lies. So this is where that thief, he actually had a very very strong bitter realization. He fell on Buddha's feet and he asked for forgiveness and he asked for mercy. And yeah, so somehow being bad and being a very remorseful person, being a person who just takes away from people, that is actually not clever, that is actually not smart. That's just out of fear. You feel that before somebody takes something from you, you are going to snatch it so that they don't get to win. Okay, that's your ego. That's your ego trying to play foolishly in this world. See, intelligence, real intelligence you can use it creatively to solve real world problems, to solve a crisis, to solve a competitive situation at workplace or at home. If you have the kitchen, there's some problem in the kitchen and you use your intelligence to solve that kitchen problem for some time, or you just fix it for a very long time. All of that is considered as intelligence. And not taking away from somebody, snatching from somebody who does not want to give it to you. Okay, all of that is not intelligence, and those are not even survival skills. Yes, sometimes if you are lost in a forest and if you take away the food of a lion, just because you are hungry, that may show actually your survival instinct, because yes, but yeah, then whether the lion leaves you whether the lion lets you go with his food, that is again another survival instinct for that lion. So anytime if something is taken away from somebody, you are snatching away something from somebody, whereas they don't want that thing to let go, it's very important for them, but you are snatching it away, you are holding on to things like this. That's not intelligence, that is not being clever, that is not smartness, that's not brilliance. See, people actually do a lot of drama in their life. People actually create a lot of drama, and they feel that they are being intelligent. For example, family drama, a lot of drama happens within the family, not just people outside the world, but even within the members of the family. There is usually drama where, yeah, people are fighting over property. Okay, there are a lot of siblings and all of them are fighting for the property. One has hoarded, maybe the wrong way, maybe they have they have made fake documents, they have made fake accusations that others have taken a lot, and they are just holding on to the entire property. And they feel that they are intelligent, they are actually behaving very smartly, because then they will be winning that entire property. They have enough proof, they have enough witnesses that they will actually be able to get control of that entire piece of property. See, the world is actually getting competitive, world is actually getting fierce, yes. And to survive in the world, it's like very very difficult. But that does not mean that you become a bad person. You start taking away from people and consider that as intelligence, consider that as justice. To be struck by a bad situation in your life, if something bad has happened to you, definitely that may be because of your karmas. You're learning the purpose that you have selected, because of that purpose you need to go through that learning. So that is definitely the case. But once you go through that negative situation, what you become after that, that is what actually decides what kind of person you are. So see, whatever happens with you, it is definitely karma, it is definitely an experience that maybe the universe wants you to go through. But how you become after that experience, that's totally your choice. Okay, so yeah, so this is the video I wanted to share. If you have liked this video, hit the like button. Yeah, try to share this video with as many people as you can. I will see you again in my next video. Until then, keep following the path of your soul's purpose, because you are born for a reason. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Do let me know your comments in the comment box below. Okay, bye bye.
Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon. When you click on the bell icon, select all notifications so that you get notified about all the videos that I upload.